plans of the descending sons of God. Mighty messengers are fully conscious of their entire ascendant careers, and that is why they are such useful and sympathetic ministers, understanding messengers, for service on any world of space and to any creature of time. As soon as you are delivered from the flesh, you will communicate freely and understandingly with us, since we spring from all the races on all the evolutionary worlds of space, that is, from those mortal races that are indwelt by, and subsequently fused with, thought adjusters. 3. Those high in authority. Those high in authority, the second group of the Trinitized Sons of Attainment, are all adjuster-fused beings of mortal origin. These are the perfected mortals who have exhibited superior administrative ability and have shown extraordinary executive genius throughout their long ascending careers. They are the cream of governing ability derived from the surviving mortals of space. 70,000 of those high in authority are trinitized at each Trinity liaison. Though the local universe of Nebadon is a comparatively young creation, it has representatives among a recently trinitized class of this order. There are now commissioned in Orvanton more than 10 billion of these skillful administrators. Like all separate orders of celestial beings, they maintain their own headquarters on Uversa, and like the other Trinity-embraced sons, their reserves on Uversa act as the central directing body of their order in Orvanton. Those high in authority are administrators without limitation. They are the everywhere present and always efficient executives of the Ancients of Days. They serve on any sphere, on any inhabited world, and in any phase of activity in any of the 7 superuniverses. Having superb administrative wisdom and unusual executive skill, these brilliant beings assume to present the cause of justice in behalf of the superuniverse tribunals. They foster the execution of justice and the rectification of misadaptations in the evolutionary universes. Therefore, if you should ever be cited for errors of judgment while you are ascending the worlds and spheres of your ordained cosmic progression, it is hardly likely that you would suffer injustice, since your prosecutors would be one-time ascendant creatures who are personally familiar with every step of the career you have traversed and are traversing. 4. Those without name and number. Those without name and number constitute the third and last group of the Trinitized Sons of Attainment. They are the ascendant souls who have developed the ability to worship beyond the skill of all the sons and daughters of the evolutionary races from the worlds of time and space. They have acquired a spiritual concept of the eternal purpose of the Universal Father, which comparatively transcends the comprehension of the evolutionary creatures of name or number. Therefore are they denominated those without name and number. More strictly translated, their name would be those above name and number. This order of sons is embraced by the Paradise Trinity in groups of 7,000. There are of record on Uversa over 100 million of these sons commissioned in Orvanton. Since those without name and number are the superior spiritual minds of the survival races, they are especially qualified to sit in judgment and to render opinions when a spiritual viewpoint is desirable and when experience in the ascendant career is essential to an adequate comprehension of the questions involved in the problem to be adjudicated. They are the supreme jurors of Orvanton. A mal-administered jury system may be more or less of a travesty of justice on some worlds, but on Uversa and its extension tribunals, we employ the highest type of evolved spiritual mentality as juror judges. Adjudication is the highest function of any government, and those who are entrusted with verdict rendering should be chosen from the highest and most noble types of the most experienced and understanding individuals. The selection of candidates for the trinitization classes of mighty messengers, those high in authority, and those without name and number is inherent and automatic. The selective techniques of Paradise are not in any sense arbitrary. Personal experience and spiritual values determine the personnel of the Trinitized Sons of Attainment. Such beings are equal in authority and uniform in administrative status, but they all possess individuality and diverse characters. They are not standardized beings. All are characteristically different, depending on the differentials of their ascendant careers. In addition to these experiential qualifications, the Trinitized Sons of Attainment have been Trinitized in the divine embrace of the Paradise deities. Consequently, they function as the coordinate associates of the stationary Sons of the Trinity. For the Trinity embrace does seem to precipitate out of the stream of future time many of the unrealized potentials of creature beings. But this is true concerning only that which pertains to the present universe age. This group of sons is chiefly, but not wholly, concerned with the services of the ascendant career of the time-space mortals. If the viewpoint of a mortal creature is ever in doubt, the question is settled by appeal to an ascendant commission consisting of a mighty messenger, one high in authority, and one without name and number. You mortals who read this message may yourselves ascend to paradise, attain the Trinity embrace, and in remote future ages be attached to the service of the Ancients of Days in one of the 7 super-universes, and sometime be assigned to enlarge the revelation of truth to some evolving inhabited planet, even as I am now functioning on Urantia. 5. The Trinitized Custodians. The Trinitized Custodians are Trinitized Sons of Selection. Not only do your races and other mortals of survival value traverse Havona, attain paradise, and sometimes find themselves destined to super-universe service with the stationary Sons of the Trinity, but your faithful seraphic guardians and your equally faithful Midway associates may also become candidates for the same Trinity recognition and superb personality destiny. Trinitized custodians are ascendant seraphim and translated Midway creatures who have passed through Havona and have attained paradise in the core of the finality. Subsequently, they were embraced by the Paradise Trinity and were assigned to the service of the Ancients of Days. The candidates for the Trinity embrace from among the ascendant seraphim are accorded this recognition because of their valiant cooperation with some ascendant mortal who attained the core of the finality and was subsequently Trinitized. My own seraphic guardian of the mortal career went through with me, was later Trinitized, and now is attached to the Uversa government as a Trinitized custodian. And so with the Midway creatures. Many are translated and achieve paradise, and, along with the seraphim, and for the same reasons, are Trinity embraced and commissioned as custodians in the super-universes. The Trinitized custodians are embraced by the Paradise Trinity in groups of 70,000, and 1/7 of each group is assigned to a super-universe. There are now in the service of Orvonton slightly over 10 million of these trusted and high custodians. They serve on Uversa and on the major and minor headquarters spheres. In their labors they are assisted by a corps of several billion Seconophim and other able super-universe personalities. The Trinitized custodians start out their careers as custodians, and they continue as such in the affairs of the super-governments. In a way, they are officers of their super-universe governments, but they do not deal with individuals as do the celestial guardians. The Trinitized custodians administer group affairs and foster collective projects. They are the custodians of records, plans, and institutions. They act as the trustees of undertakings, personality groups, ascendant projects, Urantia plans, universe projections, and innumerable other enterprises. 6. The Trinitized Ambassadors. Trinitized ambassadors are the second order of the Trinitized Sons of Selection, and like their associates the custodians, are recruited from 2 types of ascendant creatures. Not all ascending mortals are adjuster or father fused, some are spirit fused, some are sun fused. Certain of these spirit and sun fused mortals reach Havona and attain paradise. From among these paradise ascenders, candidates are selected for the Trinity embrace, and from time to time they are Trinitized in classes of 7,000. They are then commissioned in the super-universes as Trinitized ambassadors of the Ancients of Days. Almost 1/2 billion are registered on Uversa. Trinitized ambassadors are selected for the Trinity embrace upon the advices of their Havona teachers. They represent the superior minds of their respective groups, and are, therefore, best qualified to assist the super-universe rulers in understanding and in administering the interests of those worlds from which the spirit-fused